I'm in London today and I'm asking the general public just how much they think each individual McDonald's store takes per day in revenue. How many customers do you think an individual McDonald's store gets per day in the UK?
I'd say probably about 60,000.
Probably about 100, 200.
700 a day at least.
On average, how many customers do you think an individual store gets per day?
I think over 1,000.
At least 1,000.
I'd say 4,000, the way my daughter moans about it.
So her daughter actually works at McDonald's?
She loves McDonald's, she does like working there.
Where, McDonald's Essex or London?
Lowestoft, we come from Lowestoft.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
It's near Norwich. It's near Norwich.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Yeah, we're from Lowestoft.
Yeah.
My daughter loves working there and the discount is brilliant.
Yeah, we don't work for McDonald's. So you're going 1,000, you're going 4,000. What's your guess?
I'll go 1,500.
Upwards of 1,000 already. Must be.
Yeah.
Must be.
You think 1,000?
I think so. Yeah. They probably get something like 3,000 here.
On average in the UK, it's around 2,900 customers a day.
Oh, really?
Give you a high five for that, yeah.
Right.
How many customers do you think they would get on average per day per store?
I'd say around 2,000 in a day.
Not a bad guess. On average, they're getting around 3,000 customers per day, it's around 2,900. That McDonald's store there, how many customers do you think they get per day?
It must be at least 2,859.
That is amazing. So the average in the UK is around 2,900. It's like Stephen Hawking, this man. I mean,
Is it?
so that's the closest anyone's got. We've asked a lot of people.
And what was the first prize again, you said? Was it a new bike or a car? No?
No, you just get the shake of the hand. That's yeah. Let me give you some McDonald's facts here. There's 65 million people living in the UK, and of that 65 million, McDonald's claim to serve 3.8 million customers a day. That's 2,900 people per store every single day. There's mind-boggling numbers. Around the world, they've got 38,000 stores, and they say they're opening a new store every 4 hours. Mad. Second question, what revenue do you think each individual store takes per day?
I'd say maybe £60,000.
20 grand, 15 grand, I reckon.
15? Yeah, 15.
25 maybe. No, less than that. Maybe a good 5,000 a day.
5,000.
5,000.
I'm going to go back 10 because I'm in there loads.
Oh,
And on Just Eat as well, so I'm going to go back 10 grand.
10 grand a day.
We go 8 grand a day, so I'm going to say 11.
Oh, where are you getting your 8 grand a day?
We work at Wetherspoons. We work.
So she's coming with data here. We've
We
got
get about
data.
8 a day on a normal day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd go 11.
Do you know what? You just give me an idea for another great video there.
He's going to Wetherspoons.
Yeah. And how much revenue do you think that store has made, or each individual McDonald's store makes per day?
I don't know, something million, 2 million.
Per day?
Yeah. I work in a restaurant, so we make around like 2,000. So for McDonald's, such a big chain, maybe around like 4K to 5K a day.
So what restaurant do you work in?
Nando's.
And you do 2K a day in a Nando's?
In a good day, around like 4K.
I see, I would have thought Nando's, I thought would have taken a lot more. Sorry about
Coffee
that.
machine doesn't even work in a Nando's.
250, 60,000 as well, I don't know.
I don't know. Really, I don't know. 3,000 euro.
3,000 euros a day. How much money do you think each individual McDonald's store takes a day?
29,600.
You're a bit out there. So it's as low as 4,000, but it can go as high as about £11,800 per day. So I think what you did there is you went, they've got 3,000 customers, and you thought they must be spending £10 each or something.
Exactly.
But they're never, the spend per head is much lower than you think in most businesses.
Okay.
Between you are right. Now, the low end, McDonald's can take £4,000 a day in the UK, and as high as 11,500 per day in the UK. Good guessing, but you came with data. It's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
Don't cheat, love.
Right. I'll tell you what's super interesting after listening to the public is just how much the public think each individual spends at, say, McDonald's. They're all thinking that everyone's spending a tenner every time they go to McDonald's. Someone even just said 7 or 8 quid. In reality, I think the average transactional value for McDonald's is around about £3.80. Here's the thing, right? I know this is a fact because I've run my own businesses. Here's a picture of my leisure attractions gift shop at Marsh Farm. On average, people are spending about £1.30 in the gift shop on the way out. When I ask people, they always think, they must be spending 20 quid per person. They never ever do. It's always much lower than you think. Let me just walk you through the McDonald's business model. There's actually two elements to it. Number one is the store owners. They're called franchisees. And then there's the franchisor, which is the McDonald's Corporation. Now, the big boys, the McDonald's Corporation, actually make way more money from renting out all their property they own. In fact, the McDonald's Corporation is the largest retail landlord in the whole wide world. So they own the leases and the freeholds of their properties. They collect all that rent, which is way more than they make from selling all the food and the franchise fees they get. But don't get me wrong, they make a lot of money on that as well. And then the third question, now McDonald's works on a company-owned and franchisee model. How much do you think the franchisee makes per store in profit per year for themselves?
Well, they'd have to make something to make it worthwhile. So pounds-wise, maybe £100,000 a year.
Certain stores will make more than the others, depending on where the location is. Yeah, it's probably over at least about 2-3 million.
How much do you reckon a franchisee owner can make out of a store, one store per year?
Probably a good 75,000 upwards.
It's got to be a couple of £100,000. It's got to be.
Yeah, I reckon like 150.
Yeah. It's just under 100,000.
I'd say 100k a year.
50 grand. Yeah.
50 grand?
I'm going to go about 70, 80 grand. 80 grand I'm going to go.
So you're thinking 50 grand for the franchisee per store per year. You're
I'm going to go about 80.
80 grand. What do you
I'll go
think?
100 grand.
100,000, no. $500,000.
As low as 50,000 to the franchisee and as high as $500,000. So it's a big gap. Now, we've done some research on this. We think the average is about 150,000 US dollars per franchisee, but it can be as low as 50,000 and as high as $500,000 profit per store for the franchisee. So seriously profitable. There's a funny old saying in business that the fastest way of becoming a millionaire is to become a McDonald's franchisee owner. So if you get your hands on one of these stores, you go through a vigorous recruitment process with McDonald's, and they make some money out of it as well. And you've got to have 100,000 of liquid cash, and then they'll lend you the money to go and buy a store that usually they're already running. So they set the stores up as McDonald's, they get it into a commercially profitable enterprise, and then they look for franchisees to take them over, because the McDonald's Corporation have worked out it's easier to be a landlord and it's far better to get an entrepreneur to run the store to make more money, be more efficient, etc., which is so much more difficult to do as a corporate managed entity. Now, when you get your hands on that store, McDonald's will want 4.5% of your turnover in marketing fees. They'll want 5% to use the McDonald's system, and they'll take between 12.5% and 21% in rent to them to have the store. So it's a fantastic business model. Now, the franchisee itself will make anywhere between £50,000 and £550,000 per year for managing and owning a franchisee store. Mind-boggling.
I am disappointed though that the English McDonald's did not do the BTS menu when everywhere else done the BTS menu and our English one didn't. BTS is a Korean band that I love, so I am disappointed in that. So McDonald's, sort it out in the UK.
So there's some surprising figures here. Certainly when I was doing the research for this video, some things really shocked me, like they're the largest retail landlord in the world, that they make more money from their property than actually selling food. So let me know in the comments below what figures you thought were surprising and what you think about the McDonald's business model. And if you like this video, go and check out my coffee shop video. I interviewed people in London about how much they thought a coffee shop makes and takes per year. You can watch that video by clicking here.